All right, we're going to get started. My name is Cheryl Sawyer, and I'm a Senior Ruby Ambassador. I know that there's a few new ambassadors on with us tonight, so I do want to welcome you guys to the team. I'm excited to have you guys. We were doing these weekly, and then we slowed down to doing them every other week, but we've decided to start them back every week. Jody helps me with these. She's going to talk in a little bit as well, and she's also a Senior Ruby Ambassador. And we talked a little bit, and we decided that we want to start kind of a new way of doing this. We want to present you guys with some product knowledge and a testimony each week. And then if there's anything that we feel we want to talk about, we will do that at that time. But we definitely want to start the year with teaching you guys about products and sharing a testimony from the team. Doty's going to share her testimony tonight for us. And then at the end, if we have time, we will open for questions. If for some reason we run out of time and you want to continue on listening, we will log back in. You can log back in as well, and we can answer questions, we can chat, whatever you want to do. So we will get started. Right now, I want to talk a little bit about Super Saturday that's coming up this weekend, and then I'm going to talk about Plexus Slim, which is, of course, our biggest main product. But so for those that have never been on before, I'm not a very good speaker, and I have to go through notes, so bear with me. But so Super Saturday is this Saturday, and it's going to be at different locations all around the United States. And it's just a great way to officially kick off the new year. Each location has 2 to 3 guest speakers. I believe most of them, if not all of them, are at least jewel status or higher. And they all kind of have the same agenda. They all go in knowing like they've all met together and they've decided what needs to be talked about at these events, and they kind of all have the same agenda. They might all present it in different ways, but they all do have the same points to go over. I do know that this year at Super Saturday, their corporate will be revealing our new welcome kits, which are very exciting. They went over these a little bit at Leaders Retreat with us, and they really put their all into these welcome packs. They really invested in these. They had a team of people work together and just come up with a welcome kit that they felt was exciting and just fun as soon as you received it. They wanted that box, that as soon as you get it in the mail, the box to be exciting. So they're very, very excited about this new welcome kit and the information. They've put together an amazing pamphlet with actual images of true ambassadors. Our Diamond Tamara is actually in the pamphlet as well. So it's really exciting. So they're very excited to announce that and present it at Super Saturday. And then they will also be announcing the convention contest. Convention is in June in Vegas this year. And every year they do a contest to help ambassadors earn points. Which will, in the end, you'll earn prizes depending on which level points. I did recently post last year's contest, and they've kind of been the same the last few years with just a few minor changes. So it kind of gives you a good idea. But they'll officially announce that on Saturday, and as soon as we get the image together and the information, I will definitely share that with all of you. But it usually starts January 1st. So really, it's already started. So anything... Usually it's new ambassadors, preferred customers, and PV. So any new ambassador that you've signed since January 1st will be counted towards the contest. It, in the past, went from levels 1, 2, 3, and 4 that you actually got credit for. And then there was different tiers of PV that gave you different points, and new preferred customers gave you points as well. There's different prizes that range from receiving your registration fee back, a refund of that, to a winner's dinner where it's just a really nice dinner that they put together. They usually have some kind of guest there. It's really fun and very, very professional. I mean, nice settings, crazy nice food. They go above and beyond at their events. So definitely try to make a point to plan to be at convention. It is in June, like I said, in Vegas. As soon as they open the registration, I really highly suggest that you register. First off, it will be it usually is discounted for early registration, and you never know where your business is going to be in June. You could have major growth between now and June, and you definitely want to take advantage of going to convention. And ultimately, because you're starting at this point, you're going to earn points, and most likely you will receive your refund of your registration. And if for some reason something comes up and you can't make it, you're not going to be out a ton of money. And to know that you have your ticket and you don't have to stress about it later, that all of a sudden you want to go, that can get stressful at the end. So I do highly suggest that you purchase those as soon as the registration comes out. They will also announce special hotels that they have blocked off. They usually have a discounted rate as well, but they'll announce those hotels, and you definitely want to try to book a room as soon as possible. If your spouse isn't coming with you, you might want to look into teaming up with a couple other ambassadors and split the cost of the hotel room. Usually you can get, the 2 queen size beds, and we usually do 4 to a room. So to be able to split that expense is nice. So try to find people that will team up with you, and if you don't have a team, or if you don't really know a lot of people, send your upline a message and we can help you guys get teamed up with others to room with. I definitely don't want anybody rooming by themselves. All right, so I want to talk a little bit about Plexus Slim, but it's funny, in my notes I'm actually going backwards because everything I wrote, I was like, oh, I want to talk about this too. So I'm going backwards in my notebook. But I wanted to, before I start talking about Slim and the details about Slim, I wanted to mention that a lot of us, we really do get wrapped up in the feeling that we don't know every single detail about the ingredients or about the products, and it can really hinder our business because we're so consumed in the fact that we don't feel like we know enough. But you have to remember that you're not a healthcare provider, you're not professionally trained, all of that. So when you're presenting this information, you're truly presenting it in a way of saying, look, this is how it works for me. I don't know why, I don't know how, but I can tell you that this is really how it works for me. I feel great. And then you can share a testimony about other people. I highly suggest sharing testimonies about everybody, different things, because for me, Plexus really was about energy in the beginning. Yes, now I'm noticing that I sleep great and, different things. My husband came off anxiety medications, but we don't really have a lot of gut issues as far as fibromyalgia or IBS. So I need to share testimonies of other people because I don't know necessarily how it would work for me because that's not my issue. So I can say, I love this testimony I saw about IBS. I see a lot of people on my Facebook talk about their issues, and I wanted to share this person's testimony to kind of give you a little bit more. So, share different types of testimonies. Definitely share your personal testimony and your personal experiences. But don't get so wrapped up in the fear of not knowing why it works or what causes it to do certain things and all of that. So just, if somebody comes to you with a question and you don't know it, don't be afraid to say, let me look into that. I'm not really sure. To me, that shows that you care enough to actually find an answer for them. And truthfully, they should be the ones that are doing the deep down and research on the ingredients if they're concerned about a certain medication that they take, or how their body might react to a certain ingredient. That's ultimately up to them to research it. They know more about their body than you do. So don't get wrapped up in the feeling that you don't know enough information. So I'm going to present the key things that I feel are important, and then you can do your own research, but don't overwhelm yourself in the fact that you don't know every single detail about every single product. All right, so we're going to talk about Plexus Slim. A little keynote before I started is that there's 3 main root issues that cause a lot of our daily complaints, not sleeping well, or autoimmune disorders, and so on, migraines and things like that. So there's 3 main root issues, and those 3 main ones are gut health, blood sugar stabilization, and inflammation. And all 3 of those are the main thing that Plexus in general is our focus. So we have this amazing opportunity with these amazing products that literally touch base on every single root issue: gut health, blood sugar stabilization, and inflammation. Um, so, and that's something that people can Google. That's not something that we say. That's literally what the medical industry is researching right now. All right, so Plexus Slim, of course, is the famous pink drink. It's our best seller, and it is known as the most natural way to lose weight. That's comparing it to other supplements. It's the most natural way to lose weight as far as supplements go. Each pack of Slim contains 10 calories per pack. It was not originally created for weight loss. It was actually created for type 2 diabetics and pre-diabetics to help level their glucose and their blood sugar levels. But through studies, they noticed that people were actually losing weight. So by leveling their blood sugar, they were noticing the weight loss. So in the end, the weight loss industry is much bigger than the diabetic industry. So that ended up being our focus. So our product is not really a weight loss product. And I really want to get that in your head, because there's been so much emphasis on Plexus and weight loss that people forget that we're actually a health and wellness company. We're not a weight loss company. So I would suggest to you to put a lot more emphasis on gut health, blood sugar stabilization, and inflammation instead of weight loss. And yeah, weight loss is an easy thing to sell, but ultimately the people that come to you for the gut health and for feeling better, they're going to stick around the longest. The weight loss people are going to be here in the beginning, and then they're going to lose their weight and they're going to be gone. So I would definitely put more emphasis on the gut health side of it. But yes, Plexus does help with weight loss, because through leveling the blood sugar, you're going to notice changes in your appetite and things like that. And we'll go over that in a little bit. But it is suggested to drink 30 minutes prior to their first meal. It's not a requirement, but it is highly suggested. We really want the ingredients to be one of the first things that goes through our system, gets through our pancreas, and starts working in our body before our first meal. It'll help us make better choices right away, and really get the sugar leveled out properly first thing. Now, everyone can benefit from blood sugar levels. I think her name's Ami or Ame or something, Darling, she's a master nutritionist, and she did a video and she talked about how, she ate clean and she felt like she had a good diet, but ultimately your blood sugar is always going to be affected. It doesn't matter how clean you eat. You're going to have blood sugar highs and lows. So everyone can benefit from the Slim for the blood sugar benefits. Some of the benefits outside of diabetics would be energy from having the sustained blood sugar levels throughout the day. You don't have your highs and your lows. You're not crashing in the afternoon needing that sugar or needing more caffeine, because your glucose level is leveled throughout the day. You're going to have better control over food choices, because your body's not going to be craving the glucose. It's not going to. There's a lot of times that you'll think that, oh my God, I'm starving, but you really kind of just ate something, and it's because you're not leveling out your body. Your body's craving something and you're not finding it for it. So by having that level glucose level, you're going to have better control over your food choices. You'll also notice that you're going to sleep better. When your body can work more efficiently throughout the day, it actually it's easier for it to rest and to repair itself throughout the night. So you'll actually find that you're sleeping better. You're also not having the sugar highs and lows throughout the night, waking you up. The sleep and the energy are, to me, the two top things that people are going to notice within the first couple weeks. And sometimes really within the first few days. Some people are different, but I would definitely say in the first couple weeks that they're going to be noticing pretty good energy and noticing a different sleep pattern. Another thing to mention is that people do notice less anxiety, mood enhancement, and mental clarity. And some of the reasons for that is that our brain's only source of fuel is glucose. So when we're leveling that glucose, it's not, your brain's not going crazy trying to figure out, trying to get fuel and trying to get your body going right. Your brain and your body are going to be working together better, which can help with the anxiety, the mood enhancement, and the mental clarity. All right, so some other things are 3 key ingredients. The 3 key ingredients are the Garcinia cambogia, alpha-lipoic acid, and chlorogenic acid. The Garcinia cambogia is listed as citrin K on our ingredient list. That's going to reduce the conversion of carbs into fat, and that can aid in the in appetite control. And then the alpha-lipoic alpha-lipoic acid is known as an anti-inflammatory. So that with the inflammation that we talked about in the beginning, you'll find that you'll see a lot of testimonies even on migraines. It's because there is the natural anti-inflammatory in the Slim that can help with pain issues. And then the chlorogenic acid, I don't have my notes on it. I took out a sheet of paper and I didn't finish my notes. But that's the other key ingredient. I'm sorry I don't have my note on that one. But that's kind of my notes on Slim. There can be a slight detox even with just the Slim. So we do suggest your increased water intake up to 100 ounces a day, usually suggested half of your body weight in ounces. And the detox can be different for everyone. Some people can actually start having headaches. And they're like, oh my gosh, I thought this was supposed to help with my migraine, and here I am having a headache. That is a normal detox symptom. And encourage them to continue. Again, our money-back guarantee is for 60 days. So we want to really encourage someone to fully take their 30-day supply. They do have the money-back guarantee, so encourage that, push through it. It's really hard when somebody's not feeling well to push them through it. But if you can encourage them to increase their water, maybe if it is a headache, possibly, depending on the person, encourage, maybe they need something, they might need to eat something before it. But the first couple of days can be iffy when it comes to detox. And like I said, everybody's detox is different. But I would say if they can really push through the first 3 to 5 days, they should start noticing headaches and things like that going away. As far as the Slim goes, once we introduce ProBio, which we'll talk about another day, detox can be a lot different. But with Slim, it should be minimal, but it is possible. So that is my information I wanted to share with you on Slim, and then Dodie's going to share her testimony. Dodie, can you unmute yourself? Dodie, are you there? I see you're unmuted.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there we go.
You can?
Yes.
Okay. Good. Alrighty. Well, oh my goodness, I'm so excited. We have 28 people on this call. I think this as the most ever, so that's so exciting. It's just so great to see all you guys tonight. I'm going to be sharing my testimony. That's something that we're going to be doing every week now. Is we may ask you to share your testimony, so be ready for that. It can be your health testimony, it can be your financial testimony, whatever you choose to talk to, but we feel it's really important because there's always somebody that can resonate with your testimony. So I feel it's great that we can share a testimony and get to know each other a little bit better. So Friday night we're doing the Super Saturday Opportunity event, and I hope you guys are able to come out to that. It's free. You can bring your prospects out to that, and I'm going to actually be sharing my testimony. So I'm going to be practicing on you guys tonight, so thank you for letting me do that. Kind of nervous. It's probably going to be hundreds of people there. I'm not sure how many people, so I'm just going to share my testimony with you, and I'm going to focus more on the financial testimony. So anyways, for those of you who are new to the team, my name is Dodie Tidwell, and I'm a Senior Ruby Ambassador. I've been with Plexus for about 20 months now. When I first started Plexus, I just wanted to join just for the health benefits. I didn't want to do the business at all. I had just become a stay-at-home mom, so I just wanted to focus on my children, just give all my attention to them. And plus, I've done other direct sales type businesses before, and I was never successful. I'm probably the quietest, shyest person you'll ever meet. So for me to have to go and do home parties and things like that, I was not comfortable with at all. So for me to be able to be successful in Plexus is a huge testimony of its own. Somebody like me who is quiet and who can have success in a business like this is such an accomplishment, I think. So when I first started the products, I started getting results right away. And that was very exciting. So I started sharing on Facebook. I started telling all of my friends and family about Plexus. I was super passionate right from the get-go because I noticed a huge increase in my energy. And I was dealing with some anxiety before, and I noticed a huge difference in my mood, and I felt like my anxiety was getting so much better. So I was telling everyone about it, and my business just took off. Pretty much 10 months in, I matched my previous income that I was making at my previous full-time job. I worked in the banking industry, and I was with that job for 10 years. And also around that time, I was able to pay off my car 3 years early. So those two things right there were huge, huge eye-opening things for me. And, you know, I really saw the opportunity with Plexus, and I just couldn't help but to share about it. Now, 20 months into my journey, I have well exceeded what I was making at my previous full-time job. And for me, that's a huge blessing. I'm able to, you know, stay at home with my kids and not miss a thing with them. But I can also provide a substantial income for my family as well. So it's like having the best of both worlds. And it's such a blessing. But for me, the biggest reward out of this journey is helping people with their health, helping my other stay-at-home mama friends be able to continue to stay at home with their children, and they can still make an amazing income with Plexus. The friendships I've gained and the self-confidence I gained is just worth the world to me, and it's just so rewarding. So I'm super thankful for Plexus, and I'm excited to see where this journey takes me in the future. Thanks, you guys.
Thanks, Dodie. That's great. There was something you mentioned, and I wanted to go over it. I don't remember. But if I think about it, I'll mention it. But if anybody, I do know now. Dodie mentioned that we were going to start asking for testimonies. Each week we want to have one of you guys present your testimony. And like she said, it can be health, it can be financial, it can be anything. But I know for me and Dodie, because we're both quiet and shy, that talking publicly was a big scare, right? Like immediately. We were challenged to make a video why we do Plexus, and that was one of the hardest things for me. And I was in a room by myself recording myself, but it still was embarrassing for me, and it was hard for me. And, you know, I criticized myself a lot. So that was hard. But I promise you, the minute that I publicly submitted that video and shared it, it was just a huge relief. And, you know, even each week I get on here and I get embarrassed a little bit, or I get a little unsure about my notes and I mess up, but it's okay. We're human, and we all connect because we are human. And if you are hesitant, we totally understand it. But I promise you, if you can get the guts up to present your testimony, you're presenting it to a family. We all support each other and we all love each other. And I think that as you can slowly start to open up your shell and get out of that shell and present information verbally, it really does help you build your confidence. So if any of you guys do want to share your testimony, please send me or Dodie a message. If for some reason we don't have somebody lined up, we might message you guys privately and just ask. But if you're not ready, don't feel pressured, but just know that it will help you in the end. So I wanted to mention that. But if anybody has any questions, you can unmute yourself. If you can't figure it out, I will try to unmute everybody at the end, but we do have a lot, so it can get noisy. So if you have a question on anything, it can be about Super Saturday, about a product, about the business, about Dodie's testimony, anything. Anybody? Anybody have anything they want to share? It doesn't have to be a question. All right, real quick, I'm going to unmute everyone and just be sure. You can mute yourself back. Right, everyone's unmuted if you have questions. Are we all good? All right. Well, I will be sharing this recording for you guys to share with your teams. And you are welcome to message me privately or Dodie if you have any questions on anything. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week. I haven't really decided on next week's product. I'm leaning towards ProBio. I'm a huge advocate of the triplex combo, so I feel like if I can get you guys educated on those 3 products first, I think that's very important. So most likely it will be ProBio 5, but we'll let you know next week. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.